Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Simply Spooky. And tonight we are channeling through the Simply Spooky network. I hope you're all doing well on this fine Wednesday evening. Turned a bit chilly now, hasn't it, Viv?
It has, but it's nice. It's
I
nice,
like it.
chilly. Yeah,
I like it. I like it.
just getting all dark and dingy and a bit chilly in time for
It
Halloween.
is autumn, so best time of the year. I love it. Right, so I'm going to say hi to a few of the old favourites. So, hello, Sarah.
You're not
Hope
old,
you're doing
Sarah.
well.
Don't listen
You're not
to him.
old, but you are a favourite. Howdy, Roger. Hope you're doing well,
Hi,
buddy.
Roger.
Hello, young. Hello. Hope you're doing well.
Hello.
I love you, best friend. We love you too. You know that, don't you? Mwah. Big kisses to you.
No tongues.
No tongues. Good evening, Eric. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Hi, Cliff. And Lo says hello to everybody in the chat. So, we were meant to have a guest this evening. She's double booked us, unfortunately. Good evening, Wayne. I hope you're doing well, brother. Aliens. Yeah. So we meant to have a guest this evening, but she's double booked us. She probably got a better offer. I don't know. But she's going to be back. She'll be back at some point. We're just going to readjust the book and get her in on a different date. Obviously, that's a long way of saying that we're going to rebook her in it. What? Why did I go around the houses on that? Why could I just gone? Viv's going to rebook her.
2 words, Dan.
Simple idiot.
Bell.
End.
That's rude, isn't it? Cover your ears, everyone.
So that's where we're at this week on the show. So we're just going to sit back and we're going to have just a little chat, really, about different things and all sorts of stuff. And I want to, if it's all right by Viv, I want to talk about the show that's going to be coming up soon. My new show, which will be starting either next week. Yeah, next week I think it is. And It will be Elemental Kingdoms. And that's going to be talking about the Fae or fairies. Anything from that realm. So anything that's not from the magical realm.
Not a woman called Fae.
No, not a woman called Fae. No, not a woman called Fae. But just the Fae. So fairies, elementals, elemental spirit, nature spirits, elemental spirits. So things like dragons and stuff like that. All of that type of thing. And of course, goblins and, all of those wonderful and beautiful things. So, hiya, William. I hope you're doing well, buddy. Hello.
Sometimes when I see William coming in, I've got this urge to call him Sir William.
I know, Sir William. It seems to be fitting for William, doesn't it, Sir William?
Yeah, I don't know why.
But it just seems to be fitting.
I hope
so that's good.
Accept that, Sir William.
Glad you're looking forward to it, Sarah. It's going to be brilliant. It's going to be a hoot. I'm looking forward to it. And I have got a show host that will be Viv's going to be doing the first couple, I think, with me. But you've got a few goblins.
I'll bet you have. Dirty git. Do you know what it means over here to have a goblin?
The goblin. That's the old joke about the goblin teas made. I can't remember it now, but it was filthy. But was it a joke? What woke you up this morning? It was the goblin teas made. What, you've got a machine that makes tea? No, the maid. So there's going to be. Shall I tell him who I'm going to get on to do it with me?
Yeah.
Or do I keep it as a secret?
Well, we can show her face, can't we, next week?
Yeah.
Keep them guessing.
Keep you guessing. But there is going to be a new show host that is going to do it with me. And I just want to start this show by saying, Lo, keep your fucking hands to yourself. My show host, not yours. Stop it.
She's lovely. She's lovely as well.
She is lovely. So, so this evening, we'll just chat about bits and bobs and see where the wind blows us, as it were.
Yeah. I did already send a link to a friend of ours. Whether he'll come on or not, it's neither here nor there. He may or may not.
William's got Gremlin too.
But it's not an issue because he'll come on another show and he as a guest in his own right anyway. But we just thought, I thought, well, I'll be sneaky. Just send it off, and if he comes on, he comes on. If he don't, he don't. And
Indeed.
But
I just want to say to William about that gremlin. Don't feed it after midnight and don't let water on it. Not get on it. That was Gremlins. Do you remember that?
yes, yes, I do.
Mogwai. Mogwai?
Mogwai.
Mogwai. Mogwai.
So, Dan,
Like that.
shall we talk about some of our favourite places that we've been to investigate?
Yeah, let's do
Shall
that.
we?
That's always cheers.
And why is it your favourite? And what happened? And just let it out.
Yeah. Do you want me to
Well, you
start
go
with one of my
first.
favourites?
Yeah, you go first.
I love, and I've always loved, and I don't know why. Well, I do know why. I think it's not just the place itself, but I think it's also. Oh, hello, William. I hope you're doing well.
Hi, William.
One of my favourite places, if not my favourite place, has got to be Village Farm.
Is it?
I love it there. I don't know. It does. It always seems to be producing something, no matter how little. I've never had anything dynamic there. Although saying that, we did quite well the last time we were there, didn't we? You and I, when we were trying to bring the spirit forward. But it always produces something, little bits. It never gives you like anything that's wow in your face and bang.
Yeah,
although
but
I'm sure that will come.
we did that live on Simply Spooky, and we saw it on the screens. You didn't so much.
No. I could see it slightly on the when I was looking for the viewfinder, but then when I turned around, I couldn't see it. Or her, I should say, to be honest. Can't be rude and call people it. But yeah, I couldn't see her behind me. So, but that was an interesting place, and it's always offered up little bits, little nuggets of paranormal activity. Sometimes they're quite good, and other times they'd fly under the radar really, unless you were taking real particular notice. But yeah, it's a nice place. I don't know why I feel drawn to it. I don't know why. It's just warm, it's friendly, and of course you've got people there like Naomi and Sint and that, and they're just lovely couple of women, and they're very warming and welcoming, and it's just a nice place to be. And that's why I like that. Plus, I think there's the energy of a little girl there that is quite enticing. She seems to draw me in. I don't know why. But,
not a little girl.
Little girl. She draws me in.
Demon?
I don't know why.
Is she a little girl? If she's a little girl, she'll be a demon.
Little girl. No, she's not a little blonde girl, I don't think, so she's not a demon. It's meant to be a little blonde girl, isn't it? So, yeah, it is, Jacqueline. It is a very special place.
Cliff's got a question.
Yes. Can I ask a question for all, please? Did anyone have anything happen with all the lightning and storms on Sunday? I don't think we had a lightning storm here where I am. We had a bit of rain.
We had thunder, but no lightning here. But my house, oh God, my house is very haunted anyway. And there was a few little things that I've learned to sort of just ignore. It sounds like things falling in a particular room. When you go there, there's nothing that's fallen or crashed. So, yeah. But I get that on a daily basis. Not every day, but sort of day-to-day basis, it will just happen. Sometimes
you take it part of your normal day now, isn't it?
Yeah, sometimes you feel upstairs that someone is up there trashing the room. Literally, you hear things being thrown and hit against the wall and stomping, and it's like somebody's walking around a room smashing it up. But when you
That's
go
my
up
room,
there,
isn't it?
yeah, absolutely nobody there. But no, we didn't really get any lightning. Just a little bit of thunder. That was it.
Yeah, I don't think we got any thunder or lightning. But seriously, she got didn't get anything. No, didn't get any lightning. So yeah, but if anybody else is there, hang on, what's that? So Jacqueline said I didn't have lightning up on the borders. I was blimey, that would have been a worse place to be. Jacqueline.
That would be worst place to go, Jacqueline.
Oh, you be careful.
Yeah.
Hiya, Robert. I hope you're doing well. Yes, not only lightning here, but lots of energy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Well, he's got lots of energy anyway, where he is, because it comes in through the ley lines.
Lots of energy there, yeah, exactly. Lots and lots of energy. Yeah, but I want those spirits to touch my REM pod who are missing.
Oh, I'll turn it on. Oh, it's on.
In my tent. Oh, you be kidding. Well, I hope you had a lovely time up there, wherever you were, Jacqueline.
Oh, bless her.
You do, and I don't mean this in a horrible way, Jacqueline, but you do get around
Yeah,
You do
she
pitch
does,
your
doesn't she?
you pitch your tent everywhere, don't you? You do get around. You're a very adventurous soul. Unlike me, I'm pretty staid and
I think the
boring when it comes
batteries are on the way out.
to things like that.
I forgot to turn it off yesterday.
Oh dear. So there she goes. She said, "Yes, I do. I keep busy. You do. You're a busy woman.
She does, yeah.
You're a busy woman. I can tell with that. I know that. So so yeah, that's. I don't know if anybody else has had any kind of energy that with thunder and lightning at weekend. Please let them know.
You went
Let
all
Cliff
northern
know.
then at weekend, like
It's at
at
weekend. Yeah,
weekend.
what young Cliff Jones know. Um. So yeah, but we didn't have anything here like that, to be honest with you. But you know what I'm like. I could have freaking ghosts dancing in front of me. I wouldn't be able to tell. So yeah. So what about you, Viv? What are your favourites?
Well, it's really weird because this week, or was it last week? I think it was tail end of last week. I was out and about somewhere, and this man walked past me, and it just stopped me dead in my tracks. And I looked at him, and he looked up and smiled, and he carried on walking. And he was wearing all black. He was wearing all black shirt, trousers, and he had longish white hair,
Hi, Nicola.
the
Yeah.
same glasses as Uncle Norm would wear, and he looked the spitting image. And I
Really?
thought, oh, like that. And it just, my
Do a double
heart went,
take.
I did a double take because I looked at him and he saw me look at him, and then he realised that I was in shock, and he sort of smiled, and then he sort of put his head down and he scuttled along. I thought, bloody hell. Same height, same build, same hair, just at a shorter length. But it sort of makes me, it reminds me how good Castle Rising was to investigate. And, you know, I was spoilt with Uncle Norm, with him taking me when there was nobody else there in the castle, just me and him. And we did quite a bit at the Rising, as I call it. So it's up there at one of my all-time favourite places, on a par with the Tower of London. And that is for two completely different reasons.
Thank you.
Tower of
Yeah.
London is because of the hauntings and the history. Castle Rising does have the hauntings and the history, but I have fond memories there, like taking Dan. We all went up there. We had a laugh. We had a few bits happen. You know, a place where you can go where it feels nice. It every time you walk in there and you see the grand staircase at the tower at Castle Rising. You know, I have fond memories, and you know, I know the hauntings, seen the hauntings, experienced the hauntings. So if anything else happens there for me, it's a bonus. But so yeah, I have two that on a par: Castle Rising and the Tower of London.
So they're
Where's
your
your
number
number one?
one. Shared number
They're my
one
number
spot.
one. Shared number one
Is it in
spot.
one spot? What about your second place, Viv?
Um,
Hi, Nettie.
all for the wrong reasons. I love
Thank you.
that secret place that me and you went to, Dan, where we had the Dementors,
Yes. Yes.
because it's untouched by paranormal investigators, and the church itself, what it holds within, is just amazing. It's full of British history, important history that goes back to Henry VIII. It is just so amazing. The whole village itself, it's not a very big village. That's steeped in something magical and mystical, isn't it? And going there, and when me and you sat and we had a quick bite to eat, didn't we, and a drink,
We did. We did.
watching a woman feeding a peacock. You know, the peacocks just walk past
Oh,
you.
it was lovely though. It was lovely. It
It's
was a
just,
lovely place to visit and investigate.
but I like that place all for the wrong reasons, because it scared me shitless. And to a degree, it's taken a while, but to a degree, it's woken me up. I have some theories. You have theories, Dan. But that was the most frightening thing. And I've been attacked by spirit in such an incredible way. It's ridiculous. I've had things thrown at me. I've been hurt physically. But this haunting that happened there wiped it all out clean. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, well, you think you've seen something, you've experienced this, and you've been attacked and you've been hurt. Seriously, Dan, this was far more frightening than any of that, Dan. Honestly,
I agree. I agree. I think the thing is that it's enabled you and I to. It's a game changer for us, I think.
yeah.
And I think that investigation in itself has been an eye opener. And what it's done is and I'm sure it's done the same for you. I know it has. Even if you don't, I'm sure you see it in yourself, because I see it in myself and I see it in you. I recognise it in you. It's changed perspective on things.
It's also made me tread more carefully. So, it's not even a respect thing for spirit, right? So, yes, you should be respectful and know what you're doing and how you're talking to them, not to gauge a reaction. But how do you know you're talking to a spirit?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes, I mean, if I know there's a spirit of, I'm just going to pull this out of thin air. So I'll go to a property and there was a man that was arrested for paedophilia. He dies. He's back at the property, haunting, getting quite aggressive and nasty around the children. Why should I show that man respect? Because to me, that's wrong.
Yeah.
That is wrong.
Oh,
You
yeah.
did it in life. You have a chance now to make amends. But if you come back and you're bothering kids again, you're getting no respect from me. I want to call you all to see you next Tuesdays under the sun, because you are. But what we saw, Dan, I know this is not going to be the end of it.
It defies lot. It does. So we've seen lots of things over the years, both of us, and obviously you're a working medium, so you keep your finger on the pulse of it all the time. But then these things that we saw, is kind of like, if you ever wanted affirmation, there's your affirmation. Like, you couldn't walk away from that and think, yeah, no, it's all bunk.
But when we walked away from it, when we got over the initial shock, so people that don't know in the chat, we saw these 4 things floating before it turned dark. It was a grey, raggedy thing that zipped past me very, very quickly. And it wasn't walking, it was floating. And it went like the speed of light. But it was so close to me, I could have gone like that and touched it. And when I told Dan, oh no, it's just the sunlight. You know what Dan's like. Dan, I've just seen something. And he went, no, it's just the daylight. Come on, just calm down. It's most really nothing, tricks of the mind, all that sort of thing. And then when it got dark,
You're fine, Lynn.
When it got dark, these things, it's like the grey rag turned black. It had no face. It had a hood, no face. Not a hood like with a pointy bit on the end that you would imagine. It was just like a hood. No face. It was just dark. No hands, no arms. Just like a shape, like a body shape, with these rags that were, honestly, they looked like they were in tatters. But the speed at which these things moved,
Black Hessian, wasn't it?
Yeah, because you could see through it. I couldn't tell you what material it was because you could see through it. I could have put my hand out and touched it. It was that close. But when I saw 4 of them, oh my God, I just thought, I don't know what these are. The fight or flight.
Flight or fight.
Kicked in. The hairs on the back of my neck. I couldn't breathe. I felt all clammy. I didn't like what I was seeing. When I say I didn't like it, it genuinely frightened me. And when Dan's sitting there saying, yeah, Spirit, if you're there, can you come forward? I mean, and you had seen it and how quickly it moved. And come forward, come and talk to us. And what do you mean come forward? They can stay over there where they are. And, when I get scared, I giggle. That's just one of my things. I do giggle. It's not because I'm laughing. It's because I'm scared. And I'm telling Dan, if you call him again, I'll come ask them to touch you. I'll bloody touch you in your mouth, Just let them stay over there. And in the end, I think you gave in, didn't you, Dan? Because I was sat that frightened.
They weren't even interested, were they? I mean, they were interested in the sense that they came. One of them was coming forward bit by bit, wasn't it?
I know it
Was over by the door, and it was coming forward as I was talking, and it kept stopping, and it was coming forward. And I think, in the end, we decided to leave, didn't we? Because you weren't feeling comfortable, and I'm always gonna bow to what you say, because obviously, being a medium, you can pick up on the energy a lot clearer than I can. And my track record with spirits is I fucking talk to them and don't even know their spirits half the time. So it's it's better if I'm guided by Viv. So she goes, "Yeah, that one's dead. Stay away from that one." Oh, fair enough. But it's interesting. And so we decided to leave. And when we got back to the car, one came, sort of saw it come round by the wall, but one of them came so close. Close. I mean, Viv was closer to it than I was, but it must have been, I don't know, 7 feet away from us, maybe, as it passed. It was close. And it was weird. They didn't look like, they looked.
The only way I can describe it is Harry Potter's Dementors that suck
the
life
that.
out of you.
They were
That's
like
the
that.
only way I can describe it.
They were like that. They were like that. But it was very, very odd.
A little slight. There's a little slight difference with that and Harry Potter's Dementors, but quite close.
And we'd gone there to try and make contact with the energy of a woman that had passed in the 18th century.
Instead.
And then we got that and got those 4. I don't know, but maybe they didn't have a sex. I don't know.
He says the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, but we did discuss that, didn't we? Were they something? And then, we've had a lot of advice from a lot of people, and basically these are something, whatever they are.
All the advice we've had conflicts, doesn't it?
But if we had a group that went in there and challenged them and got really nasty towards them, I dread to think what would happen.
I think that's the thing. I think where we went right is we were quite respectful, weren't we? They could see that we weren't doing anything negative. We were respectful of the way that we communicated with them, weren't we? We didn't sort of call, get over here and all that, And I think they seemed to be as interested in you and I as we were in them.
Dan, they're going to lull you into a false sense of security and eat your body alive.
You don't know, because you don't know. We don't know what they are or were or are. But it's I mean, I more so now than I ever did before. I now am very careful when I deal with spirit, because I think I think it's all spirit, but it's whether it's from the lower energies or whether it's positive, it's I think you've got to be so careful, because it's so easy to spiral, and we don't know what we're dealing with in that realm. We don't know what's beyond that veil.
But if you notice though, Dan, this is something I've noticed, and people in the chat, if you're involved in the paranormal community in any way, tell me if I'm wrong. But I've noticed that within the paranormal community, I love William, he's funny. But within the paranormal community, there's a lot of negativity, and it's getting worse. And it's always been there, but it's not been on the level.
2 years ago, Viv, was it the other week?
2 years ago. 2 years ago, right at the end of August. So I'm just thinking this negativity that is there's a lot of negativity within the paranormal community, and it is growing and growing and growing. It's always been there. Oh, shut up, Richard.
I hear you, Richard. I hear you.
Richard, when I see you, give you a slap. He's got guns and tasers, but I'm bothering.
Yeah, don't upset him. He's a big bloke. Don't upset him.
I'm still going out for a ride with him. Don't worry about him.
Oh yeah, of course.
But is that negativity breeding more within? Yeah, Jason, just give him one right up the side there. Like But no, it's breeding a lot of negativity. Whether it's jealousy within groups, rival groups, they're going there getting this, we're going there getting nothing, and then they're dissing each other or on social media, or whether it's personal, or whether it's you're doing this wrong and you're doing that wrong, or whether it's the fake mediums that want the attention. It's causing negativity. The squabbles, the jealousy of, oh, they can get into that venue, but why can't I? And then they do stuff to spoil it for everyone. The property destruction.
It's an ongoing thing, Richard.
Yeah, property destruction. This is all this negativity that's circulating, caused by us,
Agreed.
the people, right? Why is that happening? Because it is fueling activity. It's mounting and mounting and mounting and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's not the groups causing it to happen or bringing it to happen. This thing's already there and it's feeding off of it.
Well, you notice as well, Viv, do you notice that people that started out, you're like me, we've worked with some people that are wonderful, lovely people, and then in a matter of a year or two, they've turned nasty.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I wonder if that's a reflection of these energies working on them.
Yeah.
So are they manipulating them? Because if they create negative energy, can they then thrive off of that negative energy?
So people are saying, oh, and since lockdown and during lockdown, there's something coming and it's something really big and it's going to change the world forever. And they weren't talking about COVID. This, I believe, has got something to do with it. It's all part of it. It's a little part of a bigger picture that's going to reveal itself. I just wondered what people in the chat think about that.
Well, what we got? So he's got a Richard. So yeah, Richard. Yeah, putting each other down. Unfortunately, Eric says unfortunately it's that way. Yeah, exactly. Everyone is going crazy. It's push. Yeah, yeah, and that bamboozled me and bamboozled me. And Rita's just stuck a load of faces and. But yeah, it seems to be it's sort of almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy, the way these people are getting. I wonder if it's the negativity that they're creating, or are the energies working on them and creating the negative energy and getting them to argue at each other's throats. You know, it's like, what was it? What was the one where the guy, was it, I can't remember if it was Ghostbusters now, but the guy ended up with some, oh yeah, it was Ghostbusters, when they ended up with the pink sort of ectoplasm on them and they get angry.
Oh yeah, what is this goose? What is this goose?
That's it. Yeah. And they got angry, and I wonder if it's similar to that, you know.
Oh, Rita says, "What's she?" Oh, hang on, I'll be going up really quick. Richard, what did he say? It was. I'm sure it was Richard. Yeah, he says here. Look at this.
Yeah.
Do you know what though? Face to face, the ego just goes away. It's like a lot of keyboard warrior shit that goes on. And again, like in mediumship, if you abuse the gift that you've been given, and we've all got, it's not just certain people, everyone gets it, but if you abuse that, it goes very quickly and it doesn't come back like it was before. Honestly.
Do you think, Viv, that the World Wide Web, social media, is a disgrace? It's a nasty. Yeah. If it was meant to be utilised properly, then it'd be a positive thing, but it's not. It's turned absolutely ultra negative. Now, I wonder if those energies can work through that. So if they can work through that, because there's an awful lot of ordinary people that wouldn't say boo to a goose, that are downright nasty online.
Do you think it's a bit like, right, so Ouija boards, right? It's not spirit pushing it.
No.
Can we just get this out there?
No.
And it's the same with dowsing rods. It's not spirit pushing there. And in fact, it is you yourself that are doing it. But you awaken part of your subconscious mind, which sends pulses down. Only when in the incident, I'm going to have to mention it quick. The incident when me and Dan did it, and no one had a finger on a planchette and it was moving on its own.
That was weird.
That was something else, right? So I'm not talking about things like that. I'm talking about your subconscious mind. that enables you to find water, to communicate with the spirit, to whatever it is that you're doing. When you're using a computer and you're doing that keyboard warrior thing, I mean, I don't know about you, Dan, but I've had to do a few essays when I'm at work, and I'm doing big spreadsheets and things. When I'm working with spreadsheets, my mind wanders because it's all samey. So my mind wanders, and then I do what I call aggressive typing because the spreadsheet's pissing me off. Oh, I've got these numbers. Oh, this VLOOKUP's not working, or and you get aggressive, and I turn nasty with my spreadsheet. I've got a name for my spreadsheet now.
Go on.
And it's like my computer at work when you type in a password and you type it in correctly, but it tells you that you've typed it in wrong. I tell the computer to fuck off. My password's right. I talk to it. So it's breeding that kind of negativity. Does it do the same? You're on the internet, you're looking at so much stuff, so much is available to you. So then you're swearing at the computer, but rather than just the computer, you're now swearing at people on the other end, or you just want to fight with them because you've got angry about something else.
Yeah. Or somebody can walk into the room, and because I'm frustrated on the computer, I'll automatically have a dig at them for no other reason than I'm just pissed off with it. And I think the thing is, right, that if those negative energies can manipulate the superhighway, the internet, if they can manipulate that and utilize it, then we're in shit where AI is concerned.
They're utilising
well, that AI did.
No, so I don't believe in that.
What if they can manipulate the AI? What if they can then get into that?
I think they're around us and they're manipulating us within the computers and using.
I think they're manipulating us through the energy, through the electricity, or through the internet. I think it's. I mean, it's me. I'm talking out loud. I might be talking.
Yeah.
But for me, it feels like they possibly could be. I would think manipulating us through the internet, and I think that with AI, it concerns me because once AI gets to the point where it's almost free thinking, which actually it started to become the other day, didn't it? Because there was a robot or an AI super brain thing that started testing somebody and saying, do you love me? Do you fancy me? Will you go out with me? Now, to me, that's almost, it's not a conscience, but it's getting to the point where it is it could be conscious. And that worries me that if that code's broken, what if negative energies get into that?
It was on the news last week, down on GMTV. She had an accident on the train and lost her arm or lost her leg. And they gave her this new groundbreaking piece of equipment where she can actually use her hand like a normal hand.
Which is great.
And she's wiggling fingers. And how she's doing that is just by the thought through AI.
Yeah.
And she takes it off and she plugs it in and charges it up, sticks it on the next day, and she can do things so normally with this robotic hand and arm and walk around just by the thought and the pulses sent from the brain.
Yeah, I mean, they were talking. I remember watching it. It was I quite like him, watching him now and again. Sometimes he annoys me, but I do quite like his podcast. He's Joe Rogan. And Joe Rogan has quite some amazing guests on, and he had what's his name on? Who's the guy who owns Tesla?
Him.
Elon Musk.
But
he had him on, and Elon Musk has got this new thing, like a chip that you can put into the brain. And what he said he'd do, and I thought that's amazing. If he can do that, people that are paralysed, what it can do is it can create a faux. A faux electrical, like a nervous system, so that their brain can then get them to get up and walk and do whatever. Just like
that would be amazing.
It would be amazing. But then I watched. I was getting conspiracies again. But then I watched the thing about the WEF, World Economic Forum, where everybody says, they've got to be careful with them, and I do think they're a negative entity. I think they're evil. To be honest with you. And then the German guy in that. I'd love to bring it on.
It'd be no good unless you can push a Hoover around the house.
I'm not bothered about having a robot lover. If I can get one to make tea, I'll be all right. But I think that it just, I don't know. It's just it concerns me that. But yeah, so it was when the guy Wef was talking about it. How brilliant he went. You could come in here, he went, and I could read your mind. I know exactly what you were thinking. He said, so we wouldn't have to communicate. I'm thinking, no, 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 no,
That's
no, no, no,
wrong.
no, 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 no. And that's what concerns me. And if these people are pushing it, how do we know that they're not being controlled by these negative
Hi,
energies,
Scott.
Viv? How do we know that these people, like the WF, are not being controlled by these negative energies? How do we know that there's not a creeping thing there where they're being told things or pushing an agenda, and that agenda is going to have a negative effect on the human race?
Look at this. Rab's in this bit.
Yeah, no, it's right. He's absolutely right. He's absolutely right.
Yeah, it does.
And you know what?
Agreed, William.
Exactly, William. It is.
Andy Gresham Simpson.
Hello, Mr. Gresham Simpson. I hope you're doing well, sir.
Devil are you? Where are my devil horns? Oh, they're here.
You got your little devil horns.
These are especially for you.
Hey, you need the light up ones, Viv. They're even better. Although they're pretty cool.
Do you know what? I've got these in preparation for Halloween. And it cost me 75p.
Can't knock that. Pound shop?
No, Wilco's closing down.
Good.
Scream at your computer. Really? Scream at Dan.
Mine, I've done mine like a big fist could come out of mine, just punch me right in the hooter. Hiya, Roger.
Hi, Roger from Kentucky, home of Bigfoots.
And the Derby.
I want to go to see some Kentucky Bigfoots. Was watching Most Haunted and Pendle Hill gave me a headache.
Oh, do you know what? It's a bloody show, isn't it?
How does a vet think that spirits can answer 20 questions at once?
I know.
Because they talk fast. I don't know. She's a bit.
Do you know what? She doesn't cut. She. Oh, I don't like that woman. Talking about last night, Grizzly show perspective of the mind that's going to change everything you think is true will be. Yeah.
God bless her. Never get involved with the drama. We should all work together and share our findings.
Do you know what? I agree, but I don't think we can.
Here's a question. So we share our findings. We're all at different levels. How would we understand somebody else's findings that they're looking at it and in a different perspective? For example, if I went to, let's say, someone like Steve Mira with my findings, which I have done in the past, and it's like, whoa, slow down, break it down. What actually happened, step by step, and what have you got to back it up with? Which I did with him. And he eventually came to this investigation with me, and, you know, things happen. Anyway, he works on a higher level than I ever could. The man's educated, quantum physics, he's done all sorts of things, he's travelled the world, he's seen everything, the good, the bad, the ugly and the smelly. He's been there, done it, got the t-shirt. And somebody like him I could go to ask him his thoughts, that all it is his thoughts. He doesn't enforce them on me, and he lets me make up my own mind, because he'll go back, he'll say, well, you need to investigate more, you need to build up a dossier, and then you need to compare it over a period of time. But then you'll have people that are just starting their journey. They don't understand anything. They don't know what an EMF is, how to switch a torch on, or how to have a wash. So this is a big gripe of mine, people that don't wash and stink, you know. Anyway.
Yeah, you always get them, don't you, on those group ones?
Oh. You know what? And because I try and be a nice and gracious person,
you give me some soap and go, have a fucking wash, you dirty
bastard. No, I just walk away and just stay well clear of them. It's like, no. You know, I talk to them, say hi, and then just quickly move away, you know.
I'll be honest with you, Cliff. I think I would love it if the world worked like that, but I don't think people are like that. I just don't. You can.
And people plagiarise your work. They plagiarise your work, Dan.
And do you know when I've seen them, the criticising. You know what it's like. You stick a photo up. You might not be on. Oh, a load of bollocks. Oh, that's a load of rubbish. Oh. It's like very few people will be positive about it.
Oh, Jason, bless him. It's true.
Yeah, it's absolutely true. And the internet has taken a lot of that away. And do you know what concerns me? Is that in 10, 20 years, you're going to have a whole generation of kids that will not know how to communicate with each other. I'm looking for a keyboard.
Do you know, Rob says it's all about the stars, right? So we got a stars enabled on the Simply Spooky, and sometimes people listen stars in whatever, and we don't ask for them, but if you want to send them, it's up to you. You grown hairy ass person, do what you want. So we got these stars paid in. Do you know how much we got 1 month? So exciting. £1.74. So this stars business, I mean, you need a hell of a lot of them to make any money, And we're grateful for this £1.74 because it goes back into the kitty for towards insurance and things like that. But yeah, £1.74 is, and we are grateful. But when people say it's all about the stars, really? I make more money going on YouTube when you get these people come on that want me to blow off live on air, don't they?
I'll tell you what annoys me, right? And it's people that you've known over the years that you've been friendly with and you've worked with alongside and you built up a rapport and a relationship with. Don't matter, it might not be a big relationship or a deep relationship, but you built up a communication relationship with them. And then they get a little bit of TV work. Or they write a little book or whatever and it goes whatever. And then automatically they leave you behind, or they think they leave you behind. They think they're better than you. And I've seen that. And that is why I prefer to work with, and it sounds bad, but I prefer to work with just a small group of people that I know and I trust. But people that I love and that I want to be around. And I don't even care now about the rest of them. Do you know what he had? He didn't, Nicola. He was all for pushing it forward and running with it until recently. And after the way that it's gone the last couple of months, all of a sudden he's backtracked and gone, well, we better hold the reins on this a bit and pull it in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and you'll never get a better computer than that, William.
Exactly.
You'll never get a better computer than that.
We're grateful that you're here, Andy.
Yeah, it's probably right as well.
Do you know, at work, it was so funny. I had people in the office with me, and you sort of put you lock your computer, you go out, you go away, come back to your computer, and you do Control-Alt-Delete, put your passcode in, and it takes you back to where you was working. So I did the Control-Alt-Delete, and the little box comes in to put your password in, and the thing started talking to me. I kid you not, fucking shit myself at work. It's got this narration thing on the computer that you now can turn off. And it was telling me, your password is wrong. Please try it again.
Oh.
I just really... honestly, I was screaming at that computer. People were looking at me in the office like, I don't want this thing talking to me.
Were you like John Cleese when he had the argument with the car? No. Do you remember that one in Fawlty Towers? When the car broke down.
Kicking the car and
he went and got, right now, you bastard, you've had it, I'm going to give him big bronze. He was in the car with it, you bastard.
Oh, God. That's when Dan used this.
I still laugh at that. I still laugh at Little Britain.
Yes.
That's interesting. You noticed that as well, Robert.
Well, I don't know. No, smells. It is the smells. Because if the smell's not right, I heave. And if I heave too much, I throw up.
And I laugh.
Tell them about that time when we went to the ancient
ram. It was bad. It was like, walked in, it was like pickled fish. The whole place reeked. And it was like, oh, this is potent. This is really potent. And then Viv walked in, started and then I thought, she'll be all right in a minute. Then I've gone in, where's Viv? And I think it was Kylie when she's outside throwing up. And then I looked out, well, you asked, I'm going to go out and see she's all right. I walked outside and it was snowing and you got hands on your knees. we had to find a candle, scented candle that was luckily was in there, like that. And like it didn't even, I mean, it was bad though. To be fair, it was bad.
Yeah,
it
that's
was
me
bad.
a smell. And if I'm with someone and they smell, it's exactly the same.
That's the worst. I think when it comes to a person, that's the worst, isn't it?
Oh God! Somebody walked
There's
past
no
me in the
need for it, though, is
supermarket
there?
tonight, and he stunk a bo. And I looked at him, and I just started walking a bit quicker.
Fucking deodorant's cheap enough, isn't it? You know.
I know. Don't they go hand in hand?
I think. Well, I was going to say, I think one feeds the other. So that's what I'm thinking. I spend a lot of time at a place, write down everything, and go back periodically to the same places and do indefinite. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what you need to do. A lot of people don't do that anymore, Eric. Well, I don't know. They might do in the States, but they've stopped doing it over here. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it does, Jason. I'm totally spot on. Talking of drama and ego, I've got Jason Hassler's. I've got a cap that his team donated to a raffle, and I got it.
Ooh.
Hello. You wanted to nick it. It said Ghost Hunter on it.
I did want to nick it. No. I'll wait till the next one. They donate the next one, then I'll nick that.
Patreon is better for support. I find a good bra from Marks and Spencer's. You can't beat it. That's where you get most of your support from.
That's where I get mine from. Doesn't it?
It does. A lot of it goes to the Patreon.
You'll never get anything without them taking a lion's share of it.
Yeah.
Any of these big multinationals. Best way, Jason. Best way.
Oh, Telly Tool.
Hello, young Terence. Hope you're doing well, mate.
Terry, stop watching Scanners, then your head won't explode.
Oh,
that
was good. That was good.
Oh no, that was bad. That film, I never understood it.
Do you know what, William? I completely and utterly agree. I loved Arthur C. Clarke. Loved him. He was an absolute genius, the man.
Did he ever write back, William? Can you imagine how much that letter would be worth now?
I love Arthur C. Clarke. One of my heroes. Before he's changed some of visions of grandeur and cut those that other. Yeah. It's the old saying, though, be careful on the way up because you meet the same people on the way back down.
Yes.
That'd be great. Can't wait for that.
What's a smelly biff?
Oh no, smelly. Oh, what?
I love the word biff.
I'm going to start using that now.
Do you know what my son used to
do? Now when I see you, and I'm going, hello, and how are you? How's Biff?
You know, my son. You know this part of your hair. And it's all sticking up like that when you get up in the morning and you have to sort out. My son used to call that your bifter.
Your bifter?
He's after that
boy was ahead of his time.
He says, I have to sort out my bifter before I go out to work.
Bifter?
My bifter.
Bifter.
That's a funny word, bifter. I think what?
Well, my mate used to call her. He used to call his girlfriend. He used to go. She was called Ange, his girlfriend, and every time he used to go, "Hello, Ange, how's your flange?"
God.
Oh God, you can't breathe, Jason. You can't breathe with that. It's like.
I think as well, people don't wear the right perfume that suits them. They just think, go and buy that one because it's the latest one out, and it really smells rank on them. It might smell nice on somebody else, but
it's weird that, isn't it? How perfume smells different on different people.
I know. What?
Brilliant! I love it. I love that. I love it. I just walk away shouting, "Going, you fucking idiot!"
I like it when we see medium moths. It's the funniest thing ever.
It's brilliant. They'll try and one up each other. One-upmanship or mediumship.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right, Bill. There isn't a better place for only one of them.
Yes,
Absolutely,
that's true.
Cliff.
Because they
Absolutely.
do get to know you, and it can open the pathway for other things like apports. You've had an apport, Dan.
Yeah. It's just you can, and it's the level of trust you build with each other, isn't it? It's like when we do investigate. When I used to do a lot of, believe it or not, I used to do a lot of public houses years ago, and I used to say to the staff, can we have a member or a couple of members of staff that work regularly? Can we have them with us if they don't mind? And they go, well, why do you want? It's like because they know you, they're comfortable with you. You can get them to do things and communicate, whereas they won't bother with us.
Yeah.
So you're going to be that intermediary, and it worked. A lot of the time, it worked.
So Uncle Norm had a bunch of white roses that are ported, and he took them home.
They're amazing apples.
And a very long and very old rusty nail apported. He took that home. I don't know.
And I was gifted a marble.
Yeah.
I was gifted a marble, wasn't I? And actually, talking about it, another one of my favourite places, I was gifted a marble in Derby Jail, of all places. Just come out of nowhere. Just plop, 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 plop. And I was asleep.
Or trying to.
Trying to sleep, yeah.
I haven't got anything.
Was it the condensed cell I was in?
Yes.
Was it the condensed cell? I was trying to get some sleep in there.
Yeah, I haven't got anything apart from a very nasty strangulation once.
That's an apple. That's something you don't want, isn't it?
No, I just got finger marks around my neck where they were trying to fucking... So I shouldn't swear.
You sure that wasn't Andy?
No, it weren't Andy. Oh my God. When I saw them, I thought, shit, I had to get the foundation up and cover the finger marks because I had to go to work.
My mum calls it that. Used to call it that, a cowlick.
A cowlick.
Cowlick, yeah.
My son calls it a bifter.
A bifter, brilliant.
Oh. Do you know, especially if it's one of those brews where you're eating it and tasting it for a good half an hour.
It sort of permeates your nose, doesn't it? And you can't.
Yeah, I end up outside throwing up if it's not mine. Your own, if you do your own, it's different. But
yeah, biff.
Or bifter the biff.
Biff. Can you almost make biff?
Annette hasn't told us what a biff is yet.
I know.
Bifter is a spliff.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that. I didn't know
a bifter.
Spliff.
I think bifter.
I better not call it a bifter then.
Oh, do you know what? I think bifter's such a good name for everything.
He's got on the bus to work in the morning, tearing the kip at women.
I don't know what to wear. Smell.
Yeah, if you go on an investigation, you don't want to be putting scents on. You can have it, it's hell. You can have it, mate. Yeah, I'll gift it you. It could have been. It could have been. I did check my ball sack. Sorry, Screwtom.
But no, it's amazing. Like if you do go to the same places over and over and over again, I'm not saying that you do that and nothing else, but you keep a regular eye on it. Keep your files.
Yeah.
Go back to your files. Go back to your footage a year later. Rewatch it. Relook at it because there's bits that because you progress each time when you go out and investigate. If you go back and watch it, oh, that's something I didn't see before. Do you see what I mean?
Do you know what, Viv? I'll tell you what I used to do, and I'm sure I know you did it because you're the same as me. You've been doing it forever. Years ago, do you remember? You'd go out, and I used to remember every team member had a notepad and they had a pen. Mm-hmm. And you would write down your experiences. You wouldn't tell anybody. You write down your experiences. You document every little experience that went on. Oh, well, cool. Did you get that?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Well, cool. You're like, what's his name? The Karate Kid. With the chopsticks.
Wax on, wax off.
Wax off.
Wax on.
Wax off. And then, you get that information, and then you go away, do the investigation. After the investigation, you got the information. You write it up. You'd hand it back to the initial guy, whoever was going to look to check it out that week. And then you cross-reference it all and see if any of that information then crossed cross paths or lines with other bits of information, and you could build a picture up out of that. And if you went an investigation 4 or 5 times and did it, by the end of that, fourth or fifth investigation, you'd have a dossier of what things were unusual. And also, I used to get them to do as well, was any dreams that you had before running up to the investigation that you felt were kind of significant, write it down. And then we'll see if that could match anything on the investigation. But people don't do any of that anymore.
No, they don't even do the baseline tests anymore.
No. I've not heard of a baseline test for years, and that's really part of your your initial setup.
Yeah. Oh, we know what a biff is now. Look,
it's a lady gun. I love that biff.
A biff. We used to call that your mini moo.
Mini moo, yeah.
Or your nunny.
Yeah.
Or your fanny. My nan used to call it a fanny.
We used to call it. Me and my mates used to call it your breakfast flaps.
Yeah.
We were cultured, me and my mates.
Yeah.
And that's right, Bill. Exactly. You know yourself. You've been doing it forever as well. It's what you need to do. Yeah. Nothing. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, you Wayne.
Oh, Wayne.
Macadee. Macadees.
Oh, that's a lot of EV.
That's a hell of a lot of audio to go through.
Yeah.
So if you've got time and you can go through it, yeah. Secret garden.
One that's chained up. If it's got a chastity belt on. A lot of people today don't even know what one of those is.
No, they don't.
Do you know, I'm on my guard tonight, Dan, because I am home alone. Is there any noises and things that go on in here?
Have you set up loads of traps around the house in case the burglars try and get in?
Well, I've told Johnny Puss to guard the house, but he's bloody useless, that cat.
He'd open the door, let him in.
I know he would.
Oh, can you get me some of that cat biscuit, please? But he where's Andy gone? Anywhere nice?
He's out on the motorbike, bike night. God knows where they've gone.
Nice. Yeah.
Shh. Told the phone to be quiet.
I love doing all that, but the thing is, we had to stop it at the end because we were running so many recorders. You didn't have enough time. We didn't have enough time to go through it.
Unless you have someone that just does that recorder, somebody else does that recorder. CCTV. Oh my God! If you get 8 or more cameras, even if you watch it on the night looking for something weird, you need a notebook to write the time, what camera had it, what happened briefly, go home, find it, rewind it, watch it, download it, analyze it. It's just too much work. I mean, we used to run off 8 cameras.
Yeah.
8 cameras a lot.
I mean, some of those voice recorders come. I mean, if you do say you do 6 hours an investigation, you do a lot more than that sometimes. But say you did 6 hours and you had like 4 of them, it's like 24 hours you got to go through.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
You can't like. You got to listen to it meticulously. You write it all down, and it's just like, you know.
Yeah.
That's a very good point, actually. Perhaps they'd chat about nappies.
Let's next time I'm out and about and I find a historian that knows about these things, I'm going to ask. Oh, bless him. A is for elephant.
Apple.
A is for elephant. Do you know when I had an Indian guy that I had to speak to from India somewhere, and he was spelling things out phonetically, and he was spelling something out, and he went, A, elephant.
Elephant.
Yeah. Oh, he was spelling out a word for me, like B, banana,
elephant.
A, elephant. I just thought, what? That call was a right mess. Good laugh though. We had fun.
Oh, well, Bill's got the answer there. Oh, there you go then.
Yes. So next week, Dan.
That don't surprise me, Bill.
Who we got on next week? I don't know who's on next week. We might not even have a guest, but if we haven't, we don't mind. We just go for the flow,
No,
and we just go through rabbit holes, and it's funny.
it is good. It is good.
Why comes we don't see ghosts of women wearing chastity belts, Dan?
I have no idea. Yeah, it is Wayne. It's an elephant.
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 Why don't we see ghosts of people with, around the world? There was, especially in Europe and England, we were monsters. And a lot of what happened in the Dark Ages with torture and things like that, it's called the Dark Ages because there were no records kept. Hence the name Dark Ages. But we know there was some real bad shit that went down.
Got some nasty, nasty stuff.
Why aren't we seeing replays of that and elements of that? We don't, do we?
Maybe some people do. Maybe some people do.
It's like the Bokken riders. Why don't we see men on goats?
That'd be cool. That would be cool, wouldn't it? I like goats. I think goats are quite cute.
I think goats are bastards.
I love them. Absolutely love goats.
Especially if you get one that likes to butt you.
I would like.
Chases you out the field.
I got hit up the arse by one when I was a kid. My God, he was a bastard. But I always fancied a pygmy, little pygmy.
They can be little gits and all.
Oh, they're so cute. Do you know what I used to love when I was looking at when I was at the zoo, and we used to keep the big goats, and you put the pygmies in them, and the pygmies, because obviously they're sure-footed, aren't they? So they would jump up onto the backs of the big goats and just walk. It was like they were stacking up on them.
Oh. They do, Sarah.
I think they're demons, Sarah. What we got here? So Wild Bill says there is even like Winky Cage. Laugh out.
Winky Cage. That's what you could call him. Winky.
Winky. Wayne says they're not innocent anymore. Because there's no electricity. Yeah, demons. Oh, that was a Monty Python, wasn't it? You didn't expect the Spanish Inquisition.
Hello, Andy.
Hello.
They're absolutely not, Sarah, and I mean all of them, irrespective of what party they are, all of them. No, do you know what, Cliff? I agree. I think that if ever the best sort of, if somebody said to me, what's the best thing that I can use for communication or to get some, no matter one-way, two-way communication, I would always say to people, you know what you really want is a voice.
I don't even trust that anymore because of.
I don't trust it, no. But if you're going to get something, that might be the best. Cameras, I don't know. It's. But I'm at a point now where I'm questioning. I mean, I believe in it completely, but I'm beginning to question it. Is what we're dealing with what we think we're dealing with, or is it something entirely different? And I'm beginning to think that a lot of it, not all of it, but a lot of it is entirely different. So what we think we're communicating with,
Cliff, if you can, read the book by Brian J. Kano, and I think it's called Sands of
Grains of Sand, isn't it? Yes.
Grain of Sand or Sands of Time.
I've got it, yeah, good book.
Read that book, what he talks about audio. We sat in an experiment with him, and my God, it blew my socks off, didn't it? Didn't it, you, Dan?
Oh, it was amazing. That's the Catholic Church for you, Bill.
So he did a little experiment with thought transference using He's back. Using a word that was out there that made no sense. And the results were amazing because I sat quite close to the recorder itself, and I heard the playback so easily than other people in the room. I counted the amount of times I heard that word said back on a voice recorder, and I counted 10.
A portion of this, not all of it, but a portion of this stuff that we are connecting to paranormal activity is down to us.
Yeah.
That we're the ones that are emitting it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Germany. Do you
know they're all over it?
That is
Germans
interesting,
are actually
Richard.
English.
It's interesting.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, or maybe there'll be a lot more activity that coming. Well, I've got an idea, but maybe there'll be more activity with it if these energies can.
Yeah.
If they can access AI and utilize it, then we are in shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what would be really funny, Richard? If somebody actually recorded a conversation with a Bigfoot and they spoke with a French accent or something out in Oregon. No, that'd be funny. Yeah, just visiting on holiday from France, you know.
What if you had like a Cockney Bigfoot?
What, my mucker?
Oh, my fucking plates are doing me up like a kipper.
Oh, it'd be funny. Do you know they take the mickey out of me at work because they're all quite well spoken, and there's me, and they say that I've got a Cockney accent. I don't think I have.
You speak common, Viv, not like what I'll do. I speak properly.
Oh yeah, back off.
Stupidity. We get a lot of real vast stupidity as well.
We get AS and bullshit. BS. Yes, that's amazing.
Take it easy, Wayne. Speak to you soon, brother.
Yeah, see you soon, Wayne.
Take it easy, brother.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping next year.
There has, Richard. I was reading about that the other day.
Richard, you're taking us out squatching. Well, he doesn't know this yet. He's taking us out squatching. Mount St. Helens. Bring your tasers and your guns that can kill bears. Because he's got license to carry them and all the rest of it.
Take it easy, Bill. Take it easy, buddy.
Take care, Bill. Asbo. Oh, Abso.
Absolutely.
Oh, right. I thought we was talking about an Asbo.
Thank you, Richard.
Dan should have an Asbo. Do you know what Asbo is?
That's what I'm going to call the skull, Asbo.
What is that word Asbo short for?
Oh, it's
it's like something that's the
antisocial something behaviour order.
Yeah.
Antisocial behaviour order.
That's Dan. Asbo.
It is me. It's the only answer to ancient language and modern languages on. Who knows, Sarah? Who knows? It's a possibility.
That's a really good question.
Could be a possibility. Could be a possibility. Fat fingers. Not as fat as mine, mate.
Do you know I've got fat cheeks? I'll be on the phone to someone and then I'll just cut them off with a fat cheek.
No. That's fat cheek.
Yeah. Fat cheeks, fat fingers, don't matter. Who cares?
Who cares?
We don't.
No.
So, Dan, I think in a couple of weeks we have the one and only Tony Stockwell coming to the local area.
We do, apparently. I remember you saying.
Are you going to come and meet him with me?
All being well and everything considered, yes.
Would you bring your bag with your feather boa and all the rest?
I will do. Make sure that get Andy to come and make sure he's got his DSLR on full speed, because when Tony Stockwell smacks me in the eye, there's a picture of me getting punched by Tony Stockwell.
So I think Tony Stackwell needs to meet Tony Stockwell.
Oh, night, Nicola. Thank
Yeah,
you for
night,
tuning
Nicola.
in.
Take
Speak to you. Have
care.
a good week. Take it easy. Wow. Was
Wow.
it? So I've been giving some thought about that Large Hadron Collider lately. It seems to be fun. I don't know. It seems to be cropping up in lots of things that I've been looking at.
Is it a smokescreen? Because while you're looking at that,
It
you're not
could
looking
be.
about what's going
Do you
on.
know what, Viv? It could easily be, couldn't it? It could easily be. It could easily be. I saw a thing on it that was saying that they were using spells, tantamount to black magic rituals at that hadron collider. The government, that they've been utilising magic and black magic and spells to see if they can or open up the rift. Because obviously, you know,
Dangerous.
They're fucking about with. Do you know what makes me laugh? What gives a group of people the right to put a world in danger?
Yeah.
Who? Do you know, I'm not going to get into it, but I think the whole world needs certainly the West needs turning over as regarding politics. Well, it's not in politics here because the political system is just a fine film over it, and we don't know what's going on.
Putin is gearing up for World War III. It's already here.
Yeah,
I believe.
I think we are in a
It's not
third
what
world
you
war.
think it is. It's a spiritual war. It's already here. It's already
Do you know what
here.
as well? And I think people haven't really realised there's been a spiritual war going on for a long time.
Yeah.
Long time.
Yeah.
But now it's getting to a point where it's culminating.
Sarah says we need an uprising, but you know what? We need an uprising against this ULEZ charge that the government want to make us pay to drive our cars.
I'm with you,
£12
Sarah.
a day.
I'm with you.
Really?
But you know what? People have got so many bloody petty things dividing them.
I know.
Do you know what you got to remember? People need to remember we're all the same.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, I don't care what colour you are, whether you've got 8 legs or it don't matter. We're all the same, and it's not a case of race or colour or you're one thing and I'm another. It's a case of who's at the bottom of the pile and who's at the top of the pile. And it's about time we
miles per hour limit in Wales, Dan.
What's that?
I'm just reading what Sarah said. ULEZ and the 20 miles per hour limit in Wales.
Yeah.
Really?
Drakeford's brought it in, hasn't he, Sarah?
God.
It's creeping into Cornwall as well. They're talking about it creeping into Cornwall. No, I don't, Cliff. I don't. Seems weird, doesn't it? Since they've used that, I mean, just a thought. Since they started buggering about with that, the world's gone arse over on itself. That's what they're doing.
Happening. It's already happening.
They're doing.
Iran, was it Iran? Where they had that as earthquakes and Morocco.
Yeah, all them poor people.
And the flooding, and it's already starting.
All them poor people. You wait. It's going to be people. I'll tell you where you're going to get the next one. You're going to get it. Them poor bastards in India, Pakistan, places like that. Because these people, they talk. I mean, it's the worst description of a human being I've ever heard. Is what they call useless eaters.
Oh.
And it means they don't contribute anything. But I'm sorry, they're human beings.
Yeah.
You know.
It's ridiculous. The Trumpers.
Do you know what? I'll be honest, Richard. I think it's everywhere now. Everywhere.
I was coming in on Sunday.
That's mad, Sarah.
That's crazy.
Exactly, Cliff. What's Sarah said? What's that on it? Yeah. It's amazing, isn't it? Because that Klaus Schwab, his grandfather was a leading Nazi. Third Reich never went away. The Third Reich was never destroyed.
No,
the Third Reich's
still here.
It's the EU and the WEF.
Yep.
That's what they want to get us back to, Terry. They want us to stay in our little enclaves where they can dictate to us. It's why they're trying to bring in things like what do they call it? Electric, like computer banking and shit. They want to get rid of. They want to get rid of that. They want all your money on computer banking so they can close you down at any point if you're a naughty boy, like they do in China.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me, Robert. It wouldn't surprise me. I know. It's horrendous, isn't it? They're demons. They're demons.
Yeah.
That's it, Sarah. Cashless society.
Yeah.
That means that you can't do anything that they're not. They don't monitor. There was somebody went to a bank the other day. They were saying they went to a bank. They've got a lot of money. This person, and they're only allowed to draw out 900 quid because they wanted to proof that what you're using it for, and that was here. That was in England. And so that it's getting bad, and people aren't. You know what? You feel like banging on the screen and going, "Wake up, everybody! Wake up!"
Can I ask people a very, very big favour?
Oh, Cliff, let me know what that is, buddy. Please, I'll be interested in watching that. Sorry, Viv.
I'm going to put a link in here, but I bet I'll put the bloody message in I don't want to put in. So, Richard, if you're listening, can you put the link in the chat here? And I'm going to get people to vote for you. Richard is in a tattoo competition or something. So if he puts the link in here, can you all go on and just vote for him? Because we love him, for no other reason. It might be a crap tattooist for all we know, but just vote for him.
Do you know what, Annette? You've hit the nail right on the head there. You're very close to it, I think. Yeah, they just give me coins and say, "Wipe your arrows with that."
Richard, put the link in the chat. Okay. Do you know what? I'm with NatWest, and what they're doing is they set a limit at £250. But if you ask them to increase it, they will. But you have to go in and ask them for it. I had a row with them. I told them it's my money. You can't stop me drawing my money. Made them look stupid, so they put increased my limit. But you have to physically go in and ask for it.
Do you know what? The world's not run by governments anymore. It's run by multinationals.
Yeah.
It's run by big companies, big tech.
Right, Richard's just put a link in the chat, guys. It's a very big link, but click on that and just vote for him, please.
Oh,
If you can. Pretty, please.
Yeah, please give him a.
And can you share it and ask people to vote for him as well?
Yeah, that'd be great.
And if he wins, he's going to share. He's going to share his prize with everyone. No, I'm only joking, Richard. You're still going to get a slap off your brother from me. Jason, just get your missus.
Link won't work, says Sarah. Oh, that's cool. Good luck to you, Richard. I hope you win it, buddy.
Richard, the link won't work for some reason. See if you can put it up again, Richard. See if we can. He's going to try it again.
Thanks, Richard.
Free tattoos for everyone if he wins. Whee! I wouldn't trust Richard to tattoo me. He'd just put something like, "Look at this silly bitch," or something like that without me knowing. The link do work. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Robert. Thank you.
Thank you.
Does work, Sarah, apparently. Excellent. I'll click on the blue right above the photo. Thanks, Cliff.
Thanks, Cliff.
Perfect.
Sweet and sour chicken balls.
Oh, I love
Harry,
sweet and sour
love you a
chicken
long
balls.
time. Love your sweet and sour chicken ball a long time.
Oh, there you go. Picture. Excellent. Well done, Richard.
Yes, I saw that. We did see
I'm
it, didn't we?
surprised.
He showed it to us, didn't he? He had that alien tattoo.
Yeah. It's excellent.
Yeah.
It's excellent.
Dan, you need to get a dog man tattooed on you.
Yes. I do need. I want something from there.
A dog man, a Bigfoot, and
Spot on the
Nessie.
net.
A dog man, a Bigfoot, Nessie, and an alien. All in a line walking or something.
All stick and lift middle finger up.
Come on. Did you see the book Bigfoot?
No.
Last night? Are you talking about Expedition X? Not Expedition X. Expedition Bigfoot. It's not one of my favourite shows, to be fair.
What one's that, Viv? I'm trying to remember now.
The woman with the big lips.
Oh no, I'm not big on that. Do you know what? I was going to ask you that, Richard. I'm going to get you to give me a tattoo if that's all right, buddy. He's a good lad, is Richard. No, it wasn't that.
No, not one. Which one was it?
I will, mate. I will.
Oh,
I will, bud. I will. Thank you. Oh, that'd be great, Cliff. I will definitely add you. Thank you, mate.
Yeah.
I'll do it tonight.
Me and Dan are going to be doing a bit of squatching on Blaze. Okay.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've seen that.
I've watched so many Bigfoot shows now. It's
Bigfoot.
all merging into one. But the best one that I've watched in a while.
I'll find you, Richard. Sorry, Viv. I'll find you.
Apart from finding Bigfoot, was the Alaskan Killer Bigfoot.
Oh, that's great.
And the reason I like that is because Dan and I were privileged enough not only to interview them on here, some of the cast,
lovely people,
but we had private talks behind the show in the green room, if you like. And the amount that we found out what went on that they couldn't talk about on the show and what they hoped for the future in the second series. Oh my God, my brain, it exploded that night.
What the guy was? They're Inuits, weren't they?
The what?
Some of the guys were Inuits, weren't they?
I know DJ was a tribesman, wasn't he?
DJ's a tribesman.
Yeah, there was a few of them.
But they were
trying
lovely.
To get back. Yeah.
Lovely.
But
DJ's
oh my God.
He's a big guy, isn't he? Big guy. I'm not fat, like solid big guy.
He was sitting in his boat. He came actually on shore just so he could do the interview with us and then go back out.
He's lovely.
You know.
Very nice man.
Absolutely amazing people. And their life is hard out there in Alaska. But yeah,
that was their land, wasn't it, Viv? And they got run off of it by this killer Bigfoot.
Whatever it is, yeah.
They think.
But honestly, if you haven't seen it, Terry, watch it.
You've got to go and watch it.
I think quite a
few people went missing from their village, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they were saying there'd been people who fouled this Bigfoot. So
Jeff Davis, we already have. We've had Jeff on a few times. We love Jeff. He's such a lovely guy. Yeah, we know Jeff. Yeah.
Yeah, he's lovely. He's a lovely fellow, Richard. He really is.
Yeah,
he is.
Like to get him out squatching as well with us, maybe.
Rich, yeah, he's a really nice man. Do you know what? They're all lovely people. All of those people that were involved in that, I liked every one of them. They're all nice.
Jeff is quite knowledgeable as well.
Very knowledgeable.
He does go out and find out bits about his stuff, about his history. If he doesn't know, he goes and finds out.
I think it is Terry. Yes.
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 Yeah. If
It's
you
a tough
can,
life they live, isn't it? The Inuit people is like
get on
tough.
their Facebook. They've got a Facebook presence, and just put on there. Networks, we're waiting for the second series. When can we expect to see it? Because they've got enough in the can for the second series, because it continues. There's stuff that happens then afterwards.
I'll tell you what, they've got enough of that second series that's going to blow you away completely.
Richard, just take care of yourself. Stay safe.
Take easy, Richard. Speak to you soon, brother.
And we will
Take
speak
it
to you
easy.
soon. Give my love to your wife as well, Richard.
Yeah, best wishes and love to your wife, Richard. Stay safe, buddy. He's a lovely fellow, Richard, isn't he?
Don't you know, that man amazes me? You know,
I know. I know.
His car was shot at and thinks nothing of it, you know. And
I know.
like, well, that would be me. I'd be like crying and going to the police if somebody
I'll
tried to
be
shoot my
screaming my head off.
Yeah.
I'll be running around holding onto my pants at the back because I pooed myself. Shouting, don't shoot me, I'm too scared.
Oh, he's watched it. Terry's watched it.
Oh, well done, Terry.
Yeah,
yeah, they're lovely,
brilliant.
lovely people. Yeah, Richard's a lovely guy.
Yeah, his brother Jason's nice as well.
His brother's a nice fella, yeah. Lovely fella.
Mm.
Wow. What else is on this week, Viv? Who else is on this week?
What, on telly?
No, on the shows, out like on the network.
Oh, we've got Grizzly nearly every day of the week.
They are, mate. Grizzly's on and he's on 24/7. You know me, Rita.
Grizzly, no, he's got some good shows. So Grizzly's
Very
on.
good shows.
But at UK time, we're all in bed, so I think he's
Did Eric say he was on there last night? I would love to listen to that show.
But you can scroll back and
have a look, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Grizzly, he's a very knowledgeable man. Honestly, we should get him on a show like to talk about cryptids. Should we do that?
Yes,
see if he's got the time.
Guy.
Does he ever even sleep anymore, that man?
Does he what, sorry? Sleep?
Does he even sleep? He's always on it.
I don't think he does. I saw him do a show the other day, and I looked closely. He had 2 matches holding his eyelids open. Like that. Oh, I'm Grizzly.
Why do they call him Grizzly? Grizzly Bear?
Grizzly Bear, I suppose, yeah. He's quite a big guy, I think, isn't he?
Because Grizzly over here means you're miserable.
Grizzle guts, isn't it?
Yeah.
Eric is the Terry Wogan.
Oh, don't put that on him. It's not Terry Wogan.
Terry Wogan was very talented, the rest of his soul. Cliff says it was a great. Oh, I'm glad. I'll have to look for it, Cliff.
He does 2 on us. What day are we on? Tuesday.
What are Grizzly dolls, Rita? I've got a grizzly bear teddy bear. Well, actually, no, it's not a teddy bear. I've got a teddy bear, but it's actually a werewolf.
Honestly,
definitely, Terry,
come with us. We're getting some lined up, aren't we, Dan?
We are.
We've done some research. We've seen stuff, been told stuff, got the
where to go, what to look for.
Yeah, come with us.
Come with us, lad. Come with us.
Come with us. Bring Christine.
Aye, come with us. What's that? His dolls moved before the show. They're handmade in Summer Japan. Yes, he just. They frighten him though, don't they? He was saying.
I've got a doll from Japan, and no word of a lie, I've had this.
Yeah, Hatfield Wood. That's where the dog man was seen, wasn't it? Hatfield Wood.
Her hair grows. I think she's.
Oh, that's the Japanese doll, wasn't it?
Yeah, you've seen the Japanese doll.
Yeah, she's lovely doll. Lovely doll.
Very pretty.
Yes. Did you see, Robert, the video of the guy by the shore, completely unaware? He was doing the drones, and he was by the shore, and you could see it right by where he was, next to him, and he didn't even notice it. and he's there looking at the drone, and he's up there and he's videoing himself and he's videoing around, and you can see it right underneath where he is, like in by the shore. And I think it almost touched it. It's like, whoa, it's pretty cool.
Imagine if he'd touched it. Could sell T-shirts. I touched Loch Ness.
Oh, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
Nessie. That's Steve Feltham still living there, isn't he?
Yeah, he's been there for, God, he's 40 years, isn't he?
We should get him.
He's in a caravan, hasn't he?
We should get him on the show. Do you reckon he'd come
We should
on?
get him on a show. All right, Rigger.
Hi, Rigger.
We're good, thanks, bud. Hope you're doing the same. No, this one was above it, Terry. There's a guy standing by the lock, right on the shore of the lock. And literally, I don't know, maybe 8-10 feet in front of him. He's got the thing, he's doing this, and he's looking at the drone, and you can see it right next to him, right near him. Big, long thing. And it's go on YouTube, and I think it was only put up last week, maybe. Oh, does he? Good lad.
Oh, right. Okay.
Good lad.
Yeah, go and put your pajamas on.
It's interesting, though, isn't it? All these sightings.
It is interesting.
And we're getting a lot of cryptid sightings in England, and not just that. That's the Fae has been showing up quite a bit as well.
It's been lots of stuff.
Not a lot of people are talking about that. So your show is going to be a welcome extra, if you like, Dan, when you and Liz get going.
Yes. Well, that'll be next week. I'm going to start definitely Thursday next week and get it up and running. And next Thursday will be just an introduction, give you an idea of what's going on, who's going to be on it, what we're doing. And Viv's been kind enough to host it with me for the next couple of weeks until my co-host can get involved. So, yeah. That's interesting, Terry. Do you know what? That is one thing I would like to see disclosed or find. I'm really hoping it's some sort of dinosaur. Yeah, absolutely, Robert. Absolutely. So, yes.
There is, did I send it to you, Dan? Do you remember that footage of the RNLI out doing a training thing in the sea? And it was raining. It was a really rough sea that night.
Oh, yes. You showed me.
And then you see this mermaid. Seriously, people think mermaids are these beautiful looking women with a fish tail. They are completely the opposite. And this thing literally, it's right by their boat, and they get it full on camera. And they've been seen not just in England, but right across the world. And
there's been a lot of them this week, Viv. A lot of them come this week. A lot of them have been showing up this week. It's like, these are intriguing, very intriguing. You'd love to see those things, but a lot of the thing is with a lot of these energies, these magical beings and stuff, is that a lot of people that seem to have dealings with them, that see them, you run the risk of ending up quite sick.
Well, the Smithsonian took one, didn't they? And there was one that ended up at the Smithsonian. They didn't.
Smithsonian.
It wasn't donated. They took it, and then it suddenly went missing.
Do you know what I was looking at today? Actually, another weird avenue went out for some reason. I was looking at. I don't know how I ended up there. I was looking at these stargates, and they'd found loads of them all around the world. Right, they found them in these ancient sites, these stargates, and they went since the 50s. They've never been seen again.
Really?
Because I think that the Smithsonian have probably got them all, or the government, or they've got them all. They've all got them. They are meant to be enchanting temptress, yeah.
I'll tell you what, if you saw them, They're not very pretty at all.
Are they? Mind you, basking sharks are harmless, though, aren't they? They're completely... They're docile things.
I bet it's not the basking sharks that
No.
they want you to stay away
No.
from. It's something
No.
else. It's like there was an incident, and it was in Yorkshire, and it involved Dogman, and it was near an airbase, and 9 people were killed. Okay, in this area, it's a very small area. 9 people were killed, and this was in the 50s, 60s, not that long ago. And police were called in, obviously, when the first body turned up. Then they found these others. Then they had to cordon the area off. Of course, it gauges interests of the press. And what they did was they tried to cover it up by telling the press that somebody had dumped tailor's dummies, the mannequins.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So they covered it up by these dummies. So they put tarpaulin over the bodies that people were called in to remove the bodies. But they tried to hide it with putting an extra, like, tailor's dummy there. And they'd let the tarpaulin fall off, so you saw the tailor's dummy on one. All the rest of them were taken away, but you never saw the body. They were human. And shortly before the first body was found, somebody had an encounter with a Dogman and just luckily got away with their life, basically, because after that, then these bodies started turning up. So it makes you wonder, what else is our government's hiding? I don't think it had anything to do with the airbase, covering stuff up. It's
Was
nothing
it in the States?
military.
Was this in the States? Move?
This was in England, in Yorkshire. And I believe that a couple of the bodies that were found were military personnel. And these bodies weren't intact, put it that way.
No,
well, it was one heap, but ripped apart.
Oh.
But so the government try and stop any hysteria by covering things up and playing things down, or make other shit up. So you're looking over there, not looking at this. That they're
yeah, exactly that, isn't it? I think that there's been a lot more people coming forward now about these going missing in forests and then turning up again 3 or 4 days later.
Yeah.
They're saying what's happened. I don't know. But they've been what they say they've been conscious all the time, and as far as they're concerned, they've been gone for like a couple of minutes.
Yeah, we went to
intriguing.
Landguard. We went to Landguard Fault.
Sorry, Viv. When I first started investigating the paranormal, I took a picture of gravestones, and just above it was a fairy-like figure. You could see every detail from here down to what looked like toes. I captured it with the flash on, which could give the effect. But I still stand by it. Wasn't a bug, etc. It was in the winter and 4 inches. Team, I was getting a photo, never seen it again. Yeah.
He got that excited by it, he disappeared.
Exactly, Cliff. Exactly.
But you know what, Dan? I had that experience at Landguard Fault where 4 of us, we were only gone 5 minutes. Seriously, we were gone 5 minutes. 10, 15 minutes at the most. It's a bit of an exaggeration. 15 minutes at the most. Apparently, to everybody else, we were gone for an hour and a half.
Yes.
By the 4 of us swear, no, we've only been 15 minutes. What's your issue? They said, you've been missing for an hour and a half. We sent people up looking for you. I said, well, we were just there where we said we were going to go, and we came straight back. And we didn't detour. And we thought we'd gone 15 minutes, and we'd gone an hour and a half. So all 4 of us...
That place has got quite a track record of that, hasn't it?
Yeah. But all 4 of us looked at each other and found out that there's this time slip and all this sort of thing. But there was nothing unusual. We didn't do anything different. As far as we were concerned, we only gone 15 minutes.
It's interesting, isn't it?
And for 4 of us to experience something like that, there's got to be something in it, though, these time slip things. And
it's interesting. It's interesting and intriguing. And it just, it's like it seems to be. It seems, as like you said a while back, and you're right. It seems to be on the increase, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Seems to be on the increase. I mean, almost to the point that I've often thought to myself, do you know what? I'm just going to go out because I used to go out in the woods years ago on my own at night, not ghost hunting, because I've got a fascination with wildlife, and so I used to go out with like an infrared telescope or an infrared binoculars rather, and a camera, and just sit there and just document and watch what was going on. I loved it, absolutely loved it. But now I think I want to go out there and see. I feel like going out there, just taking off and going in the woods and just seeing what I can muster up. So the next says, like me and my partner, we went to bed 11 at night and woke up on the same time 11 the next night. That's
interesting.
That's weird. Well, the pair of you did that. And if one person did it, you could think, "Oh, I'm there now." But even then, you question it, wouldn't you? Think, "Hang on."
Yeah.
But with two of you doing it, that's odd, isn't it? That's odd.
Was your Biff okay though? The next morning.
She said, "Biff bosh bash, I've gone and got a rash." Yes, she did, the two of them. That's odd. And what did your partner think about it? Was he bamboozled by it? He must have shook him as well.
Yeah.
I believe in time 6. I one AVP recorded with the team was talking through the speakers, and it was saying, "Yeah, that's odd, isn't it? It's odd." One of my group got taken over. They did quite badly. You had to sort him out. He gave up. That's interesting, Terry.
Vanguard's a naughty place. Seriously.
I bet he was. I bet he'd shake anybody. That.
Yeah.
Weird. That's weird, Nettie. I don't think I've done Vanguard for. Is it Vanguard? You say?
Vanguard.
I don't think I've done it. I don't think I've done that one.
We should go and do it, Dan. We should go.
Is that Kent Coast or?
It's near Folkestone, isn't it? Terry, I think Terry.
Oh yes, so Kent, yeah. Do you know what, Annette? You think to yourself, obviously that wasn't the case because it would have happened a lot more. But you think to yourself, if you were out for that long, then you think, well, was there a gas leak or something that I've been? But then if you were out for that long, it would have killed you.
Yeah.
So it's clearly not that. It's interesting.
It is interesting.
Interesting. It really is.
So Sunday night, guys, at 7 o'clock, we have the spiritual hour on Sunday on Simply Spooky, and we are going to be talking through. We're going to be talking about breathing. Not your normal breathing, but it enables you to meditate and to do other things and make connections with spirit. So we'll be going through 3 different types. Eric will be talking about Wim Hof's breathing. Mark will be on talking about his chi. And I will be talking about just slowing the breathing down and the methods that I've been teaching over the years. So this is like a first step on the way to successful meditations. So that will be this Sunday at 7 o'clock for an hour.
And they've got me on this Sunday. I'll be dancing in the background of just nothing but my pants.
And everyone's breathing will be laboured.
And if you can meditate through that, you'll be fine.
But it also helps you to take control of yourself and your body. So this breathing exercises that we're doing is quite important. So we're going through that on Sunday and what that's about.
Look forward to that.
So, So people ask me, how do you do it? I want to learn. I'm going to give people the tools to do it, but it's down to the individuals to put the practice in. I can't do that for you.
Be lucky to get me working during the week, Robert. Let alone I'm the lazy bastard, Robert.
I work all week. Well, see, like the spiritual show is only on for an hour every other Sunday. So we're not. Dan's not working this weekend. It's me. That's if there's no investigations going on. We will do the spiritual hour.
But if I can just say, Viv, if there's anybody out there that has got any, they've had any experiences, or they've had any form of communication, or they've had any kind of activity in the way of the Fae or fairy or anything
cryptid,
elemental or cryptids, any elemental being, then if you could write to me hook me on Facebook, send me your messages, and I'd like to read them out, and I would like to then digest them and have a chat with my co-host, and just chat and find out where we go from there. Just have a chat about them, see what avenue they take us down, and chat about that.
The cryptids as well. Dan and I are going to be interested in the cryptid side of things because we are ramping up the cryptid investigations. So we don't care who you are, where you're from, whether it's you, your nan, your neighbour, whoever. If you've seen anything cryptid style sightings, again, get in touch with Dan, because we will go out and we will investigate them, and we won't necessarily make them public. You know, if people are willing to come and talk to us, that we can interview them, not on here, not on any media form, just for our records.
And if you want to come on and be interviewed, that's fine. That's great. We'd love
do that as well. Yeah,
we'd love it. But if you just want to send your messages in, your stories in, I'd love to get them, because I'd like to read them out and use them as part of the show. They're a big part of the show. It's all about connecting with everybody else and seeing about the general public, not general public, everybody's connection to the world of the Fae. And yeah, we'll go from there. But we'll be on Thursday with the first one, and it will just be an introduction and chat, letting you know what's going to be happening, what we're looking forward to, and showing you a little bit about the complexities or the format of the show.
Mm-hmm. And on Tuesday on the Things Network, the team are back, and we are
lazy, Terry. Sorry, Viv.
We're talking about property destruction on investigations.
That'd be interesting.
Now, this will be a very, how can I explain it? A very hot topic, and people will be having a rant. Join us in the chat. You can have rants too. You can even come on with us and have a rant if you.
You please do.
But that will be on the Things Network on Tuesday at 8:00. And then we are back next Wednesday. I don't know who the guest is. I haven't looked at the diary, to be fair to you, Dan. So
that's all right. We'll there's somebody in there.
We always play it by ear.
We always do.
So shall we bring this to an end? We got about, it's 10 minutes, 5 minutes if you want to.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
Anybody got any questions they want to ask? Or you're making me yawn as well, Dan.
Oh no, it's contagious, isn't it? Lethal. That is lethal. Thanks, Cliff.
Oh, Cliff is too kind. He is.
I'll add you tonight, Cliff. What was that, Viv? I can't see.
Terry's.
Wow.
Right, so we've got these schools that have this bubble cement at the moment over here that are being condemned. There are a hell of a lot of older buildings in the same condition. Dan and I went in one just before lockdown that had these big, what they were, girder type things holding the walls up.
Yeah.
Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
I can't say where it is. But
if it weren't for those, the building would be on its arse.
Yeah, and they're charging you stupid amounts of money to go in there to investigate. Ridiculous.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. It's surprising how many of those buildings are unsafe, isn't it, really? A lot of them.
I know. The thing when these urbexers go in these buildings that are
Night Zero.
Night
Oh, what,
Sarah.
they're condemned.
Yeah.
It does worry me because I think to myself, you know what? If especially I see some of these like young guys and young girls, and they go and do these urban exploring on their own, and it worries me because I think you've got to just fall through one hole, mate, knock yourself out, and that's a lot on it. It's.
Was you there with Ghost Quest when what's his name put his foot through the floor?
No, I don't think I was. Who was that who put their foot through the floor?
That was oh God, what's his name?
Not Will.
Yes.
Did Will put his foot through the floor? Didn't hurt his leg, did he?
He just went straight in. And I think they put it, I think they put it in the show. And another time I went out with someone and they went upstairs. There was no floor, but they were going to walk around the edges. So they went in. Door closed behind them. There's no handle on the inside of the door. He got stuck in the room with no floor. We just heard this little voice calling out through the window, "Help! Help!"
That's when you laugh, isn't it?
Yeah. That was so funny. I was doing a live at the time. It was just so hilarious.
I went into one once in Yorkshire. Guy that I did a couple of investigations with in Yorkshire, and he took me to a building that you had to get in. Well, we weren't meant to be in there, so you get in through. But he didn't tell me this. So when we turned up, you had to go through a dining room window.
Yeah, I've done that. Yeah,
but it's lucky because there was so much rubble there that you could get the rubble and pile it up, so you didn't have to climb. You could just walk up the steps and get in, which was fine. But we went in there, and to give you an example of how bad it was, he went upstairs to have a walk around, and I was downstairs, and I've heard crash, and I think, what's that? And I've noticed the big chunks of plaster have fallen off the ceiling where he's just walking across.
Ooh.
And then I went down to the cellar and closed the door, and part of the wall just crumbled. He's like, we really shouldn't be here.
It's so funny. It's so funny, the things that we do. I remember going into a derelict building, and you heard this person answering, you call out doing your EVPs. This was years and years and years ago. And there'd be this, you could hear this voice answering them back, like answering your questions. Anyway, we went upstairs to where this voice was coming from. There's old tramp Doss in there with his sleeping bag answering our questions. It's bloody hilarious.
Dan, was you then? We went. I wouldn't say to keep talking. Yes, I was. I think Terry. Yes. I think I was. Yeah. There's we went in the old RAF building, Viv, didn't we? That was derelict. That was falling apart, wasn't it? Yeah, the security didn't even stop us.
Just you carry on. Oh God, some of the things we've done.
It was it was using what was it? It was dam busters, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, security there. They don't care. They just let you go.
We were snuck in, didn't we? Trying to make it snuck in, and they clearly saw us, and they're like, just carry on."
It was funny.
That was good. That's gone now, I suppose, Viv, isn't it? That base.
A lot of it was demolished. Yeah.
It's a shame, really, the history of it. It's such a shame.
I think I remember being there one time and saw the security man. I goes, "Oh, you don't mind if I just go in there and just have a look in there?" He goes, "Well, you can." He said, "But it's quite dangerous." I said, "Why is that then?" And he goes, "The pikeys had been in and lifted all the manhole covers. There's just skulls in the floor." I said, "It's all right." I said, "It's daylight." I said, "I'll be able to see where I'm walking." He's going, "Well, what if it gets dark?" I said, "I've got a torch." All right, then he went, "You go in." It's funny.
That was a good build. That's big price, wasn't it? That.
But you know what the worst thing was? The worst thing that was there when I went into this building that had a bit of a rampway. It had a ramp and there was a concreted area. Obviously they put trucks in there. So I walked in there and I thought, oh, this is quite exciting. I've gone round the corner, the other side of it, and it's where the concrete then slopes down so you can see the ramp properly. Dead sheep, but it had blown up because the local farmer let the sheep come in just to graze on the grass and stuff. And it was like a dead sheep with its feet stuck out. It just like a big balloon.
And it like swollen.
I was like, I thought, oh, and I just thought, right, come on, let's leave. And my mate who I was with, goes, no, we'll be all right. And it goes, no, that thing's about to explode. Let's go now. Never
They
mind
go and
about
all, don't
anything
they?
else. They do.
I think I was watching the other day. Things I watch on the internet. I'll just go start off with paranormal and the weird places. There was one I was watching. I got into a whole string of them. They were saying about whales. If a whale is dead, don't go near it because when it expands, and they showed you one exploding. It was like a bomb.
Yeah, it is.
It covered half the town.
Because in Hunstanton, when we get a dead whale that washes up, when you do get them every now and again, they council comes in. It can't be moved immediately, but what they do is they pierce them.
I still have to, don't they?
They have to.
Because the gas build up is like a bomb,
and
isn't it?
The public just walk in there. Somebody had gone to that whale and taken its bloody teeth out. You see parts of its teeth gone, and why you would want that, I don't know. But
oh, I hate it when women do that, Terry.
yeah,
There are some dangerous buildings out there.
But there's been some funny things as well that's happened. Things that you just remember. I mean, the dead sheep thing. I remember looking at it thinking, "Fuck," because it looked like a balloon that had been blown up. It was ready to go. I was like, "Come on, we better go now. Like, leave it here. Like, we're going to the next room. No, I want to stay a bit longer." No, it's up to you. But if that goes, it's not my fault.
Terrible, isn't it? Terrible.
Because they don't know what you're talking about. Because they don't know about the things exploding like that.
They do go as well. A lot of bombs, aren't they?
Yeah.
Right. I think
we've come to the end. Yes. Dan, it's been emotional.
It's been emotional and exciting.
Are you excited to see me?
Yeah.
Well, I've decided I'm going to call him Blimp.
Is that your one's going to be Blimp?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Blimp. What's yours called? Bifter?
I like Biff, but Biff. I want to think of something else. Yes. Thanks, Robert. Always good to have you guys.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you, everyone in the chat, though, for your questions and your comments.
Yeah, it's been brilliant. Lovely, guys. Thank you.
Absolutely brilliant. Looks like Dan's reading something.
I'm just looking for seeing if we missed anything. We're too late now, and if we have. We have.
We just blame you.
Absolutely.
And then he blames me. And
then, right, guys.
You and your Biff are all right this week, and we hope to catch up with you next week.
Yeah, we'll speak to you soon, guys. Have a safe week. Have a good week. Have a lovely weekend. If you go out there investigating, like we were saying, keep away from dodgy stairwells and keep away from buildings that are crumbling. Yeah. And we will speak to you all soon.
And don't forget to have a wash.
Don't forget, especially your feet and your, was it your bifter or biff?
And your bifter.
And your bifter or whatever. Your feet and your bifter. Or what is it?
Your bifter.
What was it? Letty said?
Your bifter and your biff.
There you go. Thanks, Nettie. It's always good with you lot. No, says young Terry. I'll give you a lot of numbers in chat. Nice one, Cliff. I will. Yes, that's it.
I'll see you soon.